We are part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
I need that. Damn it. Son of a bitch, I haven't used it so long.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
What?
Oh shit, we're here. Hey guys.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you noticed, gentlemen, but in the titles, we have hit the 300 episode
Really?
threshold. We are at episode 301.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
episode
shit.
301. Lot
Time
to talk
flies.
about, right? Like,
Time flies.
I mean, this is like Happy Football Eve,
Oh, it's happy football
everyone.
eve to you, brother. Happy football eve to you, brothers.
right?
Let
So-
us gingerly touch our tips.
So listen, here we go.
Click, click.
Click, click, crap. We'll crack a cold one.
Crack a cold one for the birds.
But you've got, I mean, listen, a lot to talk about. We got the dates for the Kelly Greens,
Cheers.
right? We got one on the road,
Mm.
which is something we could talk about, right? We've
That's
got obviously tomorrow night. We've got the season kickoff, the banner, some of the news that's come out with that. You've got, I think that the only place to start is the bombshell that drops at the end of last week
Yeah, buddy.
with our buddy, who I hope lives forever and
Christian
owns
Kirk. Yup.
forever.
Yep. Christian Kirk.
The fact that that deal, one, didn't get done like 3 years ago. Two, doesn't get figured out in the meantime. And three, that they got the crappiest deal imaginable for a guy who is in his mid-20s and was the best player on your team.
You're really
Any good-
excited that we got Sam Howell from the Vikings, Don. You need to slow
How
your
did-
roll, bud. Howie, what a genius.
Howie was cooking with the Sam Howell deal.
Oh, dude, it's great because we're all just sitting, right? We're all just sitting there, and then the news breaks. Micah
Mhm.
gets traded to the Packers, and I literally laughed. I'm like, what could they have gotten in return? And then first it was
Like-
reported like 2 1s, a third, a fourth, and Luke Van Ness was the first thing that I saw, and I'm like, all right, not bad. I'm like, all right, whatever, Luke Van Ness, crapshoot. And then it was reported, no, it's actually just 2 number ones and Kenny Clark.
Clark.
And then I just left. I'm like, you literally did all of that to net 2 number ones that are going to be anywhere between pick 22 and 26 every year that you have these draft picks. What the fuck did you do? And Micah Parsons is just laughing with 160 million or whatever guaranteed.
Right, 47 million in the bank every year for the next, like, I don't get this on a million levels. Like, number one, the timing is so dumb That like if you wanted to trade him to get the best value, right, you probably would have traded him in the draft and probably gotten a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
You could have found someone in the top 10. Now you're going to get 2 1s in essentially what you said is like the Packers are going to be good for the next 5 years.
Yeah, they're not going to suck.
So those picks, you're going to be lucky if that if either one of those picks is below 25. So
I
like,
don't think it's going to be.
So like, and I'm like, oh well, there's really and Kenny Clark is like
30.
He's a guy who's approaching his 30s. Who's I think we could all agree his best days are probably behind him.
October 4th, he turns 30.
Yeah.
I
don't know why I memorized this man's birthday. But shout out to you. Happy birthday, bud.
Right?
Back him to Dallas.
Like I just
glory hole.
It literally makes absolutely no sense from a million levels. And like the packages that were reported, and then the packages that the package that came, like if you had told me like the Packers traded their entire next year's draft,
would have made more sense.
Like the Herschel Walker deal.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
Jerry Jones tried to compare this to Herschel Walker. That was like the weirdest thing in his press conference. He's like, it's like the Herschel Walker trade. And no, you didn't get anything back.
Well, now they're better.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple of names.
So they're the better team in the NFC because they got rid of their star defensive player. That's all you have to do to be good. Get rid of your star defense player. Fuck
Jerry's like Nostradamus.
And then flip around days later and sign Deron Bland to
$1 trillion.
Yeah.
To an extension. Like like they extended Jake Ferguson, they extended Deron Bland. Like you extended everybody but your best guy.
Yeah.
It's just it's wild to see, right? And then he goes to the Packers, which makes them, I would say, the prohibitive favorite to be the team that challenges the Eagles for top in the NFC. No, you don't think so?
Not at all.
I think they're definitely higher up, but did this whole with everything that's going on all these moving parts, doesn't he have an underlying injury that's come to?
Yeah, he's got like L3, L4, like
I have to like get
sprain or some shit.
Shot up before like I think every game.
Yeah, an epidural because he's got like an L3, L4 sprain. So, I mean, that doesn't feel good.
No, I mean he's not going to be he's not going to be 100%.
I don't understand how they didn't see that in the physical.
How did he pass the physical if that was already there? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're too concerned. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I just think it's absolutely hilarious. And then, so after that happened, boys, I had to Google Dallas radio sports talk.
Yes.
And I had to listen to what they were saying.
Some of it was atrocious.
I couldn't believe how delusional they were on Micah was a cancer. He was a distraction. Glad to get the distraction out of there. And they're like, yeah, Kenny Smith, he's going to be a great player, blah, 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 blah. And those 2 first-round picks, it's great. I'm not sure if it was like a Dallas, like it was a Cowboys-owned radio station or not, because I just don't know. But they literally, even the fans were making out to be like, oh, yeah, good riddance, good riddance. You know, we're going to be a better team. We're going to gel better. I'm like, are these people, like, dumb? Like, how fucking dumb are you to be happy you traded away Micah Parsons and got nothing back? Yeah, and then Jerry Jones' stupid fucking press conference where he's like, well, those 2 picks could turn into generational talents. And it's like the Family Guy thing where it's like they offer Peter the boat or they give him the box. And Peter goes, ooh, should we take the mystery box? What if it's a boat? What if it's a boat in there? We always wanted a boat. Like, that's Jerry Jones. You had the generational talent. Now you're going to swing and miss on 2 first-round picks because one, you can't fucking draft. Mozzie Smith, that was a great draft pick. Like, they can't draft. Like, they're terrible at it.
Mm-hmm.
You hit with Deron Bland, maybe. Trayvon Diggs, fucking turnstile. You have nobody. Like, your team's
You're talking about a team that already struggled stopping the run,
Now they
and now
can't stop it.
they can't stop the run, and now you've put yourself in a position where you really don't have a really great defense at all. You've taken what was like a mid to bad defense and made them like exponentially worse, because at
Worse.
least at the very least, teams had to game plan for Micah Parsons. And now who are you game planning for on that defense? Nobody.
Good question.
Miles Sanders when he turns into his
Well,
nose tackle.
I mean, it would not surprise me, as much as we've heard this offseason about the Eagles wanting to, kind of start to maybe explore the option of like airing it out a little bit more. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they just decide to show up tomorrow and just run it down their throat all night long because they can't stop it. You know, when you when you look at the guys that are on that are playing defense, it's not an impressive roster.
Not at all. Saquon Barkley is going to rush for like 150 in the first quarter.
It wouldn't
I'm good
surprise
with
me.
that.
I'm completely happy with it. Like it's insanity to really think that they won the trade, and just the delusion behind, all right, losing Micah makes us better is
Mhm.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But this is the problem. Like, poverty franchises stay poverty franchises. And then they're trying to say, and listening to Dallas Sports Talk, I've really thought like I was going to develop like a lisp and like, I don't know, start eating crawdads and like my teeth were going to fall out because I'm like, these people are so fucking dumb. They're literally, well, now Jared Jones could spend his money in free agency. They had plenty of money last year to spend in free agency,
Yeah,
and
what
he
are you
signed
paying for?
absolutely nobody.
Right.
Like, they make shit up to justify what they did. And after
Oh,
the
most definitely.
Eagles boat race them tomorrow, they're going to be like, oh, if we had Micah Parsons, it would have been such a different game. Yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
No shit.
I mean, listen,
Who's
we
your
all know
interior
that we
defensive
all know the
lineman?
deal, right? They would rather be on the front page of the newspaper than having a parade.
There you go.
Yep.
That's they want to be in the news. They want to be in the news cycle. They know that the raising of the Super Bowl banner has now taken a back seat to this entire circus of how atrocious it would be to get rid of Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
The next 6 gentlemen that I'm going to read their names. The Packers acquired Micah Parsons for less draft capital than these players. Laramie Tunsil got more.
Wow.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right? Khalil Mack.
Yeah, Khalil Mack.
Jay Cutler.
Wow.
Jay.
Ricky Williams.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Right?
Big
The
trade.
whole,
Yeah.
right? And then Deshaun Watson. All 6 of those players, all were acquired for more draft capital than Micah Parsons. And I think we could agree Micah Parsons is like not even in the same conversation as any of those guys.
Khalil Mack at the time was a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Like, because, I mean, Micah was like basically doing better. Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's terrible.
Right.
That's so
Right.
bad. Like, putting it in that
Really bad.
perspective, god damn.
Right.
I don't feel bad because it's always fuck the Cowboys.
Listen.
Yes.
And then when you talk about Micah Parsons' money,
Jury.
Some bullshit. It's a lot
right?
of money.
Here we go. Micah Parsons next year, right? The what's it, 47 that he's going to make, is going to make more money than Jalen Carter, Jared Verse, Christian Gonzalez, Derrick Henry, Puka Nacua, Lab McConkey, Joe Alt, Trent McDuffie, Jameer Gibbs, Jaden Daniels, Cooper DeJean, and Quinion Mitchell combined. It's an insane amount of money, but for a guy who's going to be a generational talent, right?
Mhm.
And I know that there's a lot of conversation, a lot of comparison to when Reggie White left and went to Green Bay, and the way that the trajectory of his career. I don't know. He's going to be surrounded with better talent in Green Bay on defense.
Oh, 1,000%.
But listen, the fact that he's now not in the division,
It's great.
you're only going to have to play them once during the regular season.
Mhm.
I know, and they're also going to play in a really tough division. That division's probably going to be one of the more competitive divisions when you talk about between Green Bay and Detroit. And then I'm curious to see what happens with Chicago and with Ben Johnson and I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how the Packers stuff plays out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Go ahead, Rich.
No, I just said we'll see. Go ahead, Joe.
The X factor with the Packers is, I mean, you've got a stud running back, you've got a decent offensive line. You know, does Jordan Love have enough playmakers for them to get over the top? I mean, he's a good quarterback, but is he good? Is he good enough for them to win? Playoff games and get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl? I don't know that that's gonna happen because I just don't know if he is going to be able to get over the top, especially with what is around him, especially in the passing game.
Yeah, they got 5. They got 4 wide receiver 2s. Like they don't have a alpha. Like there's not a 1A guy. Like it's just maybe Matthew Golden, but like Jaden Reed's hurt.
I'm excited for.
I'm excited to see Golden and what he does. But everybody else is a question mark. Question mark Dobbs. Question mark Tavion Wicks. Question mark Christian Watson starting on the pup.
Yeah.
Question mark Jalen Reed Jaden Reed. And then Josh Jacobs isn't getting any younger. So it's like, what's that offense look like? Yeah, that defense is going to keep him in a shit ton of games. I mean, Xavier McKinney proved worth every penny of that signing for them last year.
Most definitely.
Dude was a monster. So the defense is going to be all right, but we'll see what happens. As long as he's out of our division, I'll root for him because I wanted him to be an Eagle. But once I saw that contract, I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking way. And apparently,
definitely
reading everything about it and everything that's coming out is Michael tried to go to them and say, hey, do you want to make this right? Like, or do you just want to end this? And Jerry Jones says, I'd like to end it. It's like, holy shit. Like, Mike even tried to go back and, like, do what's right and be like, yo, like, you want to negotiate? The most bizarre saga. It's basically the Jerry Jones show, and that's it. Jerry, like you said, wants to make headlines. He wants to make news. He wants to have his podcast, his radio show, his face everywhere. But that is going to come with the sacrificing of talent, people wanting to play for you, and victories.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. Like, especially I don't want to know, and I can honestly say I don't know any other owners besides Jerry Jones. I mean, they talk about him more than fucking Jeffrey Lurie.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a few that I like. If you throw the names out, I'm like, oh yeah, they're this team. But like, why the fuck do we know an owner's name? Like, why is it a household name? Why is Jerry Jones got to be a household name? And I can't even name you any of their defensive starters outside the 2 corners.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
fucking
listen,
crazy.
Rich. Even when I went through and looked at their depth chart, right, the only guy, well, I shouldn't say the only guy, a handful of guys that I recognize, right? Recognize Kenny Clark because he just got traded. Recognize Deron Bland because he just got the extension.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs is a guy that we've kind of talked about as not being super consistent with any kind of coverage. I mean,
he's Maurice. What was his? Jesus Christ, who was the guy they drafted from?
Hooker, Malik
Alabama.
Hooker?
No, or not Alabama. From LSU, like 10 years ago. Claiborne. Maurice.
Oh
Claiborne.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's just like
but
him.
I mean,
dumb.
I mean, like if I ran off the next set of names, right? Donovan Wilson, Kaiir Elam, right? Kenneth Murray Jr., Jack Sanborn,
Who?
Damian Clark,
Who?
like Sam Williams.
Who?
Right. This is the starter. I'm
Ooh.
reading out of the starter column. Maisie Smith, who's a guy that we talked about, right? He is behind Kenny Clark.
The 5'6" defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure you're going to see, right, Donovan Ezraku, right, the rookie from Boston College. You're going to see him a lot. But again, this defense, the Cowboys have a real good shot at competing with the Giants for that last spot in the NFC East, the way that it's going. Because even on offense, right, when you're talking about a backfield with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, right, good luck having an effective run game with, Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith and Cooper Beebe and Tyler Booker and Terrence Steele. Like the guys that they got on the depth chart just don't add up to what they're going to see. The guys that they're going to see on defense for the Birds tomorrow night is going to be having a feast day. If like you're not going to be able to drop back and throw the ball and get the ball to CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens. You're just not.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to establish the run with that offensive line and these running backs.
No.
So like you're going to become very one-dimensional very quickly. I just it's kind of hard to slice it any other way than this might get ugly fast.
I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited.
Listen, I'm really excited, right? You're coming off an off season, right? The NFL concludes their top 100. The Birds have 9 of the top 100, right? You've got Jordan Mailata, Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell. You have Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown, Zach Bond, Lane Johnson, Jalen Hurts, and then at number 1, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Most
That's
of the
so fucking
NFL.
crazy. Thank you, Giants. Thank you, Giants.
I mean, to go back and watch that Hard Knocks episode is hysterical. The way that they approach the way that they passively approached that whole situation and expected them to just kind of like, oh, well, he'll come back and tell us and we'll kind of work something out.
What your value is. Just give us a call.
Yeah. And I'm excited. The news comes out that in October, Amazon's going to put they have the Saquon documentary.
That's cool.
Which is cool. I'm curious to see from his perspective how, because you got a little bit of that from Hard Knocks, but I'm curious to see how that transition from that offseason to signing to then the experience with this organization, right? And you saw that during the Super Bowl, post Super Bowl, how much being a part of this organization changed his perspective on the game.
Yeah. It's going to be cool. I didn't even know he was doing one. I mean, that was
October 9th.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Saquon Barkley documentary, baby.
Right, you've got the inside the NFL. There's another one, the America's game. Right, that's on right now.
I just recorded it at 8:00. Started it.
Wait,
so you on NFL Network. So they've got the 2024 Eagles America's game. It's an NFL Films production.
Ah, fuck. All right.
So I'm sure it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Kelly Greens.
Ooh,
all the Kelly Green games.
I'm excited.
You're going to get 3 games. They're going to wear them on the road in Dallas.
That'll be cool.
Is there any thought that that's a white Kelly Green jersey?
That would be sick. That would be fucking sick.
I haven't heard back from Howie and the Eagles. I've been trying.
I love that it's going to be for 3 divisional games.
Yeah. As the way it should be.
It should.
I mean, I liked your idea with every Thursday night game being a throwback, like, because that would just be fun. But yeah, it's going to be cool to especially against the divisional opponents, getting to wear the
Mhm.
Kelly green. We can mimic some body bag games, especially in Dallas, where the white Kelly greens, you know, put some bodies in some bags, take them out to
That
the trash. By that time, Dallas is going to be just destroyed anyway, so it's going to be hilarious when we roll in there and they're like, I don't even know what week is, but they're probably going to have one win. They're going to
that
be
white
competing with the
Kelly
Bengals for worst fucking defense ever.
that white Kelly green jersey,
Fire. It's
if
fire.
they don't tell anybody until like they do like they put the post out with the uniform combo for the week, and that just pops up, and it pops up as like the white Kelly green. This place would absolutely vomit. I would be really excited.
I'd lose my mind. I think that'd be really fucking cool.
All right, fantasy or breakdown.
We'll do breakdown and on fantasy.
Okay, talk to me about where you are going into this game. Right, we don't see a lot from the preseason at all anymore, which I got absolutely no problem with. Um, what is the thought process going into this game? We already know that the news comes out that they're not going to be out there when they raise the banner, which I didn't realize, but they weren't out there when they raised the banner in 2018. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the same. Any thoughts about that? Like I'm that is obviously more for the fans than it is for the team. I think I heard someone talking this morning about like the fact that like all off season has been about moving on.
Right.
We did the parade, right? We did the ring celebration. We did all that. All of that since has been about moving on. I think it would be kind of like it would be very off brand for them to be like, oh, well, we'll come back out for this. So, I'm I'm really excited for this season to jump off on the right foot, and I think them taking that approach going into this game with the Cowboys, starting with a division game. I'm really excited for them to be able to get that jump start. I think this is a game where you have the opportunity to start fast, especially with as vulnerable as the Cowboys are on defense, especially against the run.
Yep.
I think they try to start fast. I think they try to put up a bunch of points early. This team, to me, like they can take advantage of the Cowboys on a lot of levels. I think there's a big game from a bunch of guys.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why that shouldn't be the case. It's just you hope that AJ's playing. Is he 100%? Landon Dickerson, I would imagine he's going to play. Is he 100%? What new things and what things are going to stay the same with Kevin Patullo as the coordinator? And if you remember last year, these guys didn't play at all in the preseason. Wound up working out. They started out the first few games. We were ready to burn the stadium down, but
Mm-hmm.
they're in a situation where they should just be able to come out and impose their will
Yeah.
on a team that's not, it doesn't have a very good direction. I mean, any coach in Dallas is a puppet. This coach especially is a puppet. What are those guys thinking in the locker room on defense? They see their best player get sent away. What does that set? What kind of tone does that set with the veteran guys and even the young guys that haven't been there before, and how to be a pro and how to go about their business and all of that stuff. So,
Hmm?
um, I mean, I have no problem with them not coming out for the even if compared to 2018 they didn't do it then either, because if you're pushing it's time to move on, and what's in the past is in the past, and that was last season. It would almost like you're going backwards with them coming out, with the banner and all that stuff. So I have no problem with it, and I don't think any of the players have a problem with it because they're all collectively they're all on the same page.
Mhm.
Coaching staff, puts sets the tone, and all the players have bought in. So I mean, and they see what happens when you do that.
Yeah.
Minute.
It's going to be one of those. It's going to be a fucking bloodbath from the jump, and I'm going to love it. Stadium's going to be rocking. Dallas is already defeated. I don't care what anybody says. All right, you got a shiny new toy in George Pickens. Fucking great. Who's stopping anybody on the Eagles? I mean, we can play the whole, oh, well, they're going to have to air it out a lot. And it's not going to be close. It's not going to be close. And it's not from a confidence standpoint because I'm an overthinking, over emotional Eagles fan. It's just, let's look at the pen and paper. We win the offensive line battle. We win the defensive line battle. We win the linebacker battle. We win the quarterback battle, the running back battle, tied for the wide receiver battle, lose the tight end battle. We win fucking everything basically across the board. It's our
Yeah.
game to fucking lose. Jalen Hurts going to come out there because, again, you have everybody still thinking that he stinks, which is absolutely stupid. Every washed up backup quarterback who's been in the league or guy who's made it to the Super Bowl and couldn't fucking win it, out there doubting Jalen Hurts. But you got your Peytons, you got your Tom Brady's, you got your fucking Joe Montanas, you got
Yeah.
your anybody who's ever won said that's a guy I want to start my fucking franchise with. That's the quarterback right there that I want. Who are we really going to fucking listen to? That's rule number one. Don't listen to backup quarterbacks or guys who never won anything in the league. Their opinions are null and void. Shut the fuck up, sit down. Dallas is going to come in. They're going to get their asses spanked. It's going to be belt to ass from literally the first drive. If Saquon doesn't bust an 80-yard, well, they can't even do 80-yard rushes anymore because of the new kickoff. If he doesn't bust a 65-yard touchdown run from the jump, I'm going to be kind of like, wonder what happened. But it's going to be early and often the Eagles are scoring. And you're going
Yeah.
to get to the game. It's going to be late in the fourth quarter. Eagles are up by 4 or 5 touchdowns, and then Dallas gets 2 back because that's what they do. They're garbage time extraordinaires. Whenever you need Dallas to show up, they show up when it doesn't fucking matter. And nothing is going to change this year. I am not looking forward. I remember playing Dallas last year the one time, and I was kind of nervous, but it's always fuck the Cowboys. Um, I looking at this team without there's no more, Demarcus Lawrence. There's no more Micah Parsons. Everybody who used to give us fits are gone. They're
Yeah.
gone. Like there's nobody left of this Dallas defense that was even, most of the guys who were emotionally unstable, a lot of
Mhm.
sociopaths on that defense, they've all moved on to play on different regimes.
Yeah.
And now Dallas is left with an empty shell, but a shiny 2 wide receiver set. That's fucking cool, man. But they can't play defense. Like CeeDee
Yeah.
Lamb can't tackle for you. George Pickens probably would tackle Dak if he gets overthrown once.
It's gonna
Like
happen at some point.
that's gonna happen. Like this season for Dallas is gonna be so terrible because they're going to be losing games constantly. And with the
Yeah.
egos they have on that team, it's not going to go well. So a lot of fingers are going to be pointed. And I didn't fucking realize till I looked at it today. Dak is making 65 million fucking dollars.
That's so great.
Bruh.
It's
Murder.
fabulous.
Bruh.
Well,
It's
they have a lot of money. They still have a ton of money, right, and a ton of picks. I think, right?
yeah, but they don't do anything with
Yeah,
it.
but
That's the whole thing.
maybe Jerry is starting to build all that stuff up because he's gonna blow it up.
Oh, he's gonna
I mean,
but what are you gonna
listen.
do?
I
Like
mean,
you're gonna
Joe.
surround it. It's just gonna be your core is gonna be
Like,
CD and George Pickens, and then draft a rookie quarterback.
Well, he's
if you
Man,
were
Maybe out of their
able to
prime
figure
before they're
like
relevant.
Arch Manning.
if you were able to get. I mean, but Joe,
It's terrible.
they're already talking about the fact that like I got and I've heard a little bit of that conversation with Arch or whoever, right? Like say they want to like in order for them to be like they're going to be bad, but they're not going to be that bad. Like they're not going to be
You would have to be like just tank.
right. So and they're not smart enough
Well,
to draft a guy that is going to be in the mid-20s who could pan out. Like I get a feeling like in New York, Jackson Dart could be their best option at quarterback. And that might not happen until the middle of the season. But like
Jackson
Dallas
Dart's already their number 2, which is
right, like
fucking
and
crazy.
I think it's probably by the time I think they wait until after that, like it's not back to back, but after both of those Eagles divisional games,
Mhm.
that like that's probably I think that's right around the time when their bye is. That's when they kind of make that transition. But like in order for them to get up, like they should have traded Parsons during the draft and been able to get up into the top 10 to be able to draft a guy like that. But that's not it's just they don't have the talent on the roster to keep up with the talent that is on this roster. Like you go up and down this roster and you look at the guys that are playing, like when you look at wide receiver 3, right? When you look at John Dotson has looked significantly better since the since the middle, like the middle to the end of last season through this offseason, right? But again, he's your third option at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right.
2 targets a year. Catch them both.
I mean, right? Like if and when he's on the field, right? You're talking about him being the 5th or 6th option to get the ball. Talk to me about the running game, right? Because I look at right, Saquon Barkley behind this offensive line, setting records last year, over 2,000 yards, sets the regular season, postseason record for most career for most rushing yards. We've said it before, but like even if you're getting 75% of that from last year, you're still talking about
you're still at 1,700 yards.
You're still 1,700 yards, right? Like even if he takes the downtick in carries and attempts,
He's
right?
not. He's not.
But
I think his receiving usage is going to go up this year. I think that's something
so?
that's going to go up. I think it's going to be more shovel passes, more swing passes like this year to kind of alleviate the getting hit and trying to give him maybe a little bit more space, getting him out in space, utilize him more in that aspect. Because I mean, in the Super Bowl, he had 47 yards receiving. He did fine, and it wasn't something that was really utilized last year as much as usual. But I mean, he's going to dominate as he always does, so there's nothing to worry about that. I mean, this offensive line, I like the fact they went back out and got our boy back from Jacksonville when he was cut.
That was a big move.
Because we needed him. Because he was good for us last year when he had to come in, and he's our guy who plays multiple positions on that offensive line. You need those guys, and I thought he was going to start for them, which is absolutely insane that they cut him or they traded him for a 7th-round pick. That was just so dumb.
I don't know. I think that they saw that the youth at that position that they thought they had some of those guys in house didn't pan out, and they went and they were pretty aggressive in going out and making those moves, knowing that like where they fall on the waiver wire at the very that they are the very they need every other team to pass.
Yeah.
And you saw that with the kid that they pulled off of the Rams, right? The what's it, Willie Lampkin, right? Like you saw them see that as an opportunity, right, to bring a guy in and be able to develop him, but they recognize that they need that. And that's a guy that they used a lot last year, right? He had that 4-game stretch where Mailata was out. He came in and really kind of held it down until Mailata came back. So I just talk to me about the other guys in that room, though, right? Will Shipley and A.J. Dillon, because I feel like that running back room significantly better than having Kenny Gainwell as the second option.
Yeah, Shipley's a monster. That's all I got, Joe.
No, I think that they complement Saquon really well, and I think they're whatever touches and action they're going to get, they're definitely going to make the most of it. I mean, obviously Saquon's going to get a pretty heavy workload, but it's nice to have a guy that you could do short yardage with, a guy who can spell Saquon when he needs. When you're gonna have to you got to give him some relief because
Yeah,
he's gonna burn out. I mean, he's gonna get nicked up and banged up and just not be at his best. So, AJ Dillon's healthy, which was the issue with him last year. He's a
right.
big, strong, powerful guy who he's going to move the chains, and he has really good hands out of the backfield. So, I think collectively at running back position, I think they're all going to be utilized more in the passing game. Um, just because Patullo, I think he's going to incorporate more passing, and he's going to be creative in that aspect. Where teams are going to think, we're lining up in a run set, and
Right.
where the run will set up the pass.
Yeah, I mean, and then when you go over to defense, right, a lot of youth, right? They got rid of, let go guys that were on the back end of their career, right? And a couple of guys, right? We really wish that the guy that's going to play corner opposite of Quinion Mitchell really would have kind of asserted himself, and he really didn't. They definitely go out and make the move to go get Ja'Cory and Bennett, right? That's another guy that they bring in. To kind of go along with Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson. It looks like Adoree Jackson is the guy that is going to start the year there, but it wouldn't surprise me if like that is a quick hook. If it doesn't look pretty, they've got guys that they kind of that they like. Any concern at that corner or with Sidney Brown, a free safety? I mean, Andrew Makuba was a full participant today in practice.
Is Sidney Brown starting? Is that?
I mean, he's listed number
That's
one on the depth chart.
I don't want that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm fucking over Sidney Brown. Like, dude's a no. I mean, Marcus Epps coming back, great depth signing, but another guy, no. You want it to be Makuma. Like, that's who you want. But the dude needs to stay healthy. The best stat is availability. Like, you got to be out there on the field. That's a guy that I want there. Sidney Brown is the dude's reckless. Like the dude,
Yeah.
he's legit reckless. He's the type of guy who's going to cost you more than it's going to benefit you.
Mm-hmm.
You can say he hits hard and this is what he does, but he literally will cost you plays because he does. When I see him out there, he flies around so quick and he makes some good plays, then he makes some terrible plays. Like he wants to make plays, and I understand that, but like know your fucking role.
Yeah.
Right. Like special teams is where you can do that.
Yeah, you can't do that when you're starting at safety in the NFL. Like, and I like the fact that you got Reed back there. It's kind of being that, which is weird. He's your veteran presence. Your leader on defense. But I think Makumba's going to be fine. The second corner spot is going to be up for debate. I think Bennett's going to take it. I just think Bennett needs to learn the system. Bennett was pretty impressive. In preseason, especially with not really knowing the system. But you got to have Jackson out there and see what happens.
I mean, he's a guy that took a lot of snaps for the Raiders, so it's not like he's a guy that doesn't have the in-game on-field experience. So that position is a position that I feel like is one that we're going to constantly kind of be going back to. On the other side of the defense, I'm really excited to watch a defensive front that is going to allow Jalen Carter to consume multiple bodies and have Zach Bond and Jahai Campbell on the field at the same time. Yeah. The fact that you've got those guys being able to run side to side, especially with this matchup, right, with the way that Dak likes to kind of play the middle of the field, use the tight end, having those two guys in the middle of the field being able to kind of cover that. And go sideline to sideline. And the shame of it is that everything that we hear, right, Trotter has a really good offseason. It looks really good. It's just that Jahai Campbell does all of the same things that he does, just a lot better.
Yeah.
Bigger, stronger, faster, like plays that he's making plays that Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is not that he's making bad plays, not that he's making mistakes. It's just that he's just in a position that Jahai Campbell is a little bit better. You're seeing a lot of, some special teams but I think that makes your special teams better.
But it's a
Right.
great problem to have because you got a guy who's not fucking up, who can be plugged in, and that's something
Right.
that we haven't had before. Is
Yeah.
all right, our next linebacker can step up, and then
All
when
looking
Kobe
for.
Dean comes back, it's like holy shit! Like
Right.
you got a guys like you could rotate in there and
Yeah.
be fine. And then the edge rushers. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're gonna have Jalen Carter next to Jordan Davis and Morrow, and then
And Nolan
fucking
Smith.
Hendrickson, and then you have on Uche and Alzari, and then fucking Nolan Smith. Like this defensive line is going to be
Right. You got Ty
absolutely
Robinson, right?
insane.
Ty Robinson, who's an
The
old
Vanilla
right,
Gorilla.
Forgot
right?
about
The old 20. He's a 24-year-old rookie, right? A guy who's going to come in with a lot of game experience in the Big Ten, Nebraska. I'm excited to see this defense play.
Yeah,
because
Vic.
everything about them says like
you can have a liability
we're
at
just
one
going to
of
be
your
flying
corner.
around.
You can have a liability at one of your corner spots, especially when your defense is going to be getting so much pressure. Like Dak
Correct.
isn't going to be able to sit there and throw all day. It's not the same defensive line we saw in the preseason where Uche and Alzari couldn't get there. Like they couldn't get home because it was Chad Hall and whoever else. Like, yeah, those guys played well, but they're not Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Morrow. Like they're not.
Yeah. So when you put right Aziz Ojulari, when you put Josh Uche, when you put those guys on the field with an elite level of talent around them,
Yeah.
right, they're going to get more one-on-ones. They're going to get they can do the speed rush off the edge. They
Guys
they
get
can
home.
right. I just that is the one thing that I'm really excited about to see how these guys gel and come together. Because they're young, they're athletic, they're going to fly around. Wouldn't surprise me if you see Jahai Campbell and Zach Vaughn in some way, shape, or form walk up on an edge, right, and run all and rush the quarterback off the edge. Would surprise me if one of those guys is playing and just mirroring whoever. Like if you've got a mobile quarterback, there's a ton of versatility on this. Talk to me about predictions.
30, I'm going to say 35-17. But the Birds are up 35-7 going into the fourth quarter. And, Dak throws for a touchdown and they kick a field goal late to make it look, a lot better than what it was. It's just going to be an absolute rout. I do think it's going to be like 28-0 at halftime. And it's just going to be one of those games where they just cruise. It could be higher, but I don't see. I think the line's like 8. I think the Eagles blow way past that.
Started at 6.5. It's up above 8.
I'm surprised without Micah Parsons, it didn't jump to like 17.5. Like it didn't go like crazy.
Rich,
college.
You can probably do an alt line, right? You can probably push the alt line up.
I'm betting $1 on the alt line of Eagles minus 17.5 plus 5,000. Let's go. Let's go.
Joey, what do you got?
I originally had this game closer than most. The line, it's 8 or 8.5.
It's last I saw it in a couple places. I saw 8 and I saw 8.5 in a couple places.
Okay. 29-22 Philly.
Ew.
Dallas scores late to cut it to 7. 29. It's 20 like
Fuck
20.
you, Joe.
14.
Joe. All right, so Joe, I gotta stop you. Talk to me why.
Yeah, tell me this.
Because everybody thinks it's not gonna be close.
Tell me, Joe. Why?
But Joe,
Because
after everything that we've digested,
I know, but we still have to go out there and execute.
yes.
Wait,
but
what?
I think, Joe, even if this team operates at 70%.
All right, fine. 48-9.
That's what I want to hear, Joe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Christ, Mr. Realistic. Mr. Realistic over here.
I mean,
4 touchdowns for A.J. Brown.
757 yards for Saquon Barkley.
He's going to have 6 touchdowns on 3.
It's going to be me playing Madden on rookie.
AJ Brown throws a
79-0.
touchdown to himself.
Yes.
Oh, God damn it. 29, 22. All right, Joe. That's fine. That's fine, Joe.
I'm
Whatever
kind
you
of
want,
somewhere in
Joe.
between. I'm in like a this is like a 38-17. This is like a they only score points late. I think this is this is the Eagles putting everybody on notice that last year was not a fluke. That like not only were we the best team last year, but we're still better. And there's a huge gap between us and everybody else. And I think
Yeah.
this is the opportunity to really put the league on notice. They got everybody watching. Wouldn't surprise me if the ratings for this kind of blow anything out that this would be the highest rated game of the entire season. And I'm looking at this and going, I expect big things. I think there's a lot of big plays. We saw Saquon last year make, he was the best home run hitter that played in this city last year, all sports included. And I look at this and go, I'm expecting I'm expecting the big explosive runs to be there because their defense is trash and our offense is not. I'm expecting them to, when they establish the run, that they are able to then drop the ball over the top and kind of keep them guessing. I think you're going to see this offense really pick up where it left off. So this game is a non-competitive game, and really kind of gives this fan base a reason to start getting excited about this next run, this next season.
Yeah.
So on that note, gentlemen, we're going to move on to our fantasy segment.
In the high-stakes world of fantasy football, the managers who obsess over stats and waiver wires are part of an elite squad known as the fantasy unit. These are their stories.
Well, we've settled on our I'm calling it, this is a very hybrid fantasy football survivor pool mashup. It's like if those two things had a baby. So
you got us.
I love the idea that we're going to be able to kind of keep track of this. It's going to require some conversations. It's going to require us going back and forth, but
it's
the
not
idea
easy.
that like it's not
easy.
Like when you're like, oh well, they've got 17 games. That means I've got like I'm basically using. I can pick from the top half of the league's quarterbacks, but then when you start, you're like, I might have to like play some trashy mashups because of the whoever they're playing or whatever the matchup is.
Yeah.
Talk to me about where you guys were in kind of going through. How closely did you get into the weeds of like looking for the diamonds in the rough early?
Did you see my picks? Like, Jesus Christ. Dude, I looked at everything was matchup based for me. Like, tight end is going to be one of the hardest. Using 17 tight ends, because it has to be a different one. I mean, I think I went with Strange from Jacksonville just because of the matchup. Like, I don't know. It's very hard because you're talking about positions where there's not many good ones. Even when you're playing in a 12-team fantasy league standard, your tight ends are gone after round 5, and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna punt because there's nobody good. Well, imagine trying to doing what we're doing, and having to use the worst tight ends, and then even with the quarterbacks, like we're going to have to use the Justin Fieldses, the JJ McCarthy's, who I think is trash in my eyes, the Geno Smiths and Sam Darnold's. Like these guys are going to be on the board. Like, and it's tough. Like you have to look and just base it on matchups and just pray to God, your one of your guys goes off, and if not, just stay in with, because I like how we're doing it with the continued rolling points. So even if you lose a week, you still maintain your points till the rest of the season, and then you get whoever has highest points gets extra points. So it could save one of us, from it could jump us from, hey, we're in that second spot and we're separated by 2 points. Hey, now we won. So it's cool doing it that way. It's just it's hard because it's so different. And we're doing 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a flex, a tight end, a kicker, and a defense. And even then, you're getting into the bottom half of defenses. Like
Yeah.
this isn't easy. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
you're
It's
gonna
a
have
lot of matchup based shit.
yeah, you're gonna have to be like super creative and look at where those matchups fall, and then look at like I was trying to like look ahead, right? Where are some of those potential matchups down the line so that I'm not using guys like I'm looking when I was looking at it, I'm going, all right, well, I know that there's a handful of guys that I can use early, but like when I'm looking at like tight end, the guy that like I ended up going with Njoku because I know that like the Browns matchup, Joe Flacco's probably going to be in a situation where early in the season, there's probably going to be a lot of dumb balls, a lot of utilizing those dump offs to kind of keep that train moving. And defense is the one, Rich, that I thought about the most because it's like that's the one that's going to get really tricky because it's like when you play in a league that requires you to play defense, it's not normally a make or break. But when you look at this from that perspective, you're like, I got to be really, really picky because I could end up in a situation where I think my goal with the defense, right, is just like to not be in the negative, right? You don't want the defense you don't want them in a matchup where they're going to end up costing you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's we're in week 1. Joe, I need a total for the Monday Night Football for the tiebreaker.
Oh. Can you put it in for me?
I'm just putting it in.
For Monday night football.
Monday.
53.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So I mean I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun. This will be something that we can kind of go back and forth with. Rich, any fantasy advice for the people at home going into for anybody who's playing in a standard league, anybody who's playing who's the
Don't
guy you're looking
sweat.
out for?
I'm just saying, don't sweat the early depth charts. Early depth charts come out. Talent always, cream always rises to the top. Just because Caleb Johnson's, the third running back on the list doesn't mean he's not going to get his share. If you think he can't beat Kenny Gainwell, there's something wrong. Travion Henderson's listed as number 3. Come on, dude. Like first round draft pick, or second round draft pick, right? Second round draft pick, I think, or maybe first, whatever he was. Talent rises to the top. Like people overreact, and when it comes to fantasy too, don't look at the projected points. Like, oh man, I'm starting a guy who's only projected to give me 6 points. Oh, that sucks. It's like, relax.
Yeah,
Like, unless it's a bottom of the barrel type of guy, relax. And it's week 1. Break your season down into quarters. 4-game stretches. If you lose 1 game, that's fine. Make sure you win the next 3. All right, I want 3-1 in that 4-game stretch. Now I got to look at it in this 4-game stretch. But make sure when you're making moves and you're picking guys up and you're trying to do trades, look at their playoff schedule. If they have good playoff matchups, go for them. If they don't, and you can see by week 5, hey, they already played a tough guy. How did they fare? My wide receiver 1 didn't do too well. Maybe it's time to trade him for a wide receiver 2 with upside who has a great playoff schedule.
Yeah.
There's things you have to look at, and it's not just 1 week. Yes, you want to take it 1 week at a time, but look at it in that 4-week stretch and always look to see what your opponent's doing next week. I always try to get in front and see, okay, well, if I know Don needs a tight end next week, I can pick up a tight end this week so Don can't do it for waivers next week. So there's always ways to kind of manipulate and look and play things to your advantage without, having to do it that week of. But also have fun. It's not that fucking serious. Don't get pissed off. Don't let it ruin your Sunday. You lose your matchup. Oh well. Don't cry about it. Don't beat your kids. All right. Don't kick the dog. Just go to work and have a good time.
Joey, any fantasy advice before we do final thoughts?
Yeah, just be prepared for an unexpected sleeper. I mean, like Rich said, wait, just be patient because you never know. Hey, somebody big could get hurt in the first game in any of these games. So just we're there, be ready to jump on who's available. Look at the Chiefs. Now they're gonna have to kind of swing things around now with Rishi Rice being out for 6 games. So
Hmm?
um, and Travis Kelsey is 5 years old now, so they're gonna have to look, dig down into the well and see what else is out there. So you know, don't just be patient. It's the first game. Let's see. Let's
And
see how it
and
all
their rookie wide receiver is out this week. Jalen Royal isn't even traveling with the team. So
with the Chiefs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
and it sucks too because they just traded Sky Moore because he was lighting the world on fire.
Him and McCole Hartman, two two
I love
two
it.
Chiefs legends.
So I think he's still blowing in the wind.
I think he's more in the sky.
Man, he's blowing.
Oh, I love it.
Sky
Uh,
more?
So not witty right now. Well, the good thing is that the Niners are gonna have a tough time re-signing Juwan Jennings because he wants 20+ million a year.
that's insane.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Have a nice night. All right. Final thoughts. What do you got for final thoughts?
So I got two final thoughts. First is fuck Disney and
Whoa!
ESPN
Ooh.
for I don't know if you guys saw it today, but the announcement was made that Chris or Scott Hansen will no longer be saying 7 hours of commercial free football. It's going to be 7 hours of football because now they will start be airing ads and commercials on Red Zone. So what that means for me is I am probably going to drop Comcast because literally I only have cable to get the Red Zone and to watch the Eagles. So I'm going to switch to YouTube, get the NFL package, and be able to quad box 4 games of my choosing on Sundays. So ESPN, you ruined an amazing thing that all of us football fans loved was just turning on Red Zone and just watching the constant. They didn't need ads. It was great. And of course, they ruined it. And now there's a premium subscription for it through ESPN. So it's just bullshit. So fuck you. Fuck capitalism at its finest. And second of all, Philly, you are a disgrace and you dropped the ball. I'm talking the city of Philadelphia. Shout out to FanDuel for
Yeah.
opening the Broad Street line so people can get to the games. It took FanDuel to literally give money so people can come to and from the stadium. Anybody who's going to the game tomorrow, please be safe. Please get to the trains
Mhm.
if you're taking the trains. They're only running 70 minutes after the game, so get there so you can get home. Don't get stuck, but hopefully you guys can call Uber or whatever it is. It's going to be a hell of a lot of money. But what the city of Philadelphia is doing right now with this whole SEPTA
It's
thing and the
crazy.
SEPTA shut, it's so dumb. Shout out to FanDuel for really coming through and looking out for Eagles fans and just sports fans alike. Really disappointed in you, Philly. Do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good plug for FanDuel, Rich. Hopefully they send some betting money.
Hopefully they send us something. Fingers crossed.
Joe, what do you got?
Man, I don't have much. Trying to stay afloat here, guys. I'm fading fast.
Well, listen, Joe. It's back to school season,
What I got?
right? So everybody's going back to school.
I got Go Birds.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Attaboy. Go
This
Birds.
this is
I,
what we're for all year, boys. I mean, we live football morning, noon, and night, 24/7, 360. And it's nice and it's refreshing for us to be on top because it's only happened twice. And for the first time, and we are not underdogs.
Oh
And
yeah, baby. Top dog,
we
motherfucker.
are one of the not the team. God damn it, Rich. The team to beat. And it's a great feeling to be in the situation that we're in. I mean, I'm 47 years old, moved to the Philadelphia area when I was like 11. So it's just nice to see. It's a great feeling, and we've set the bar. Philadelphia Eagles have set.
Yeah, like I was saying, back to school season today. I got to give a shout out to the company that was doing our school photos today. I took my school ID photo with the Eagles Super Bowl hat on,
That's sick. Let's go.
and I got to go Birds on the way out.
Let's go.
I was like, all right, that one. I was like, because I walked in, I'm like, I'm just gonna wear it. I'm just gonna see if they're like, oh no, we need you to take your hat off. And she was like, all right, sit straight, turn your head to the left. I was like, oh, she's gonna let me wear it. I'm like, yes, this is what I was going for.
Yes.
And so when the school ID comes in, I'm gonna have to show everyone. But like, I got to take Joe, the hat that you're wearing, the Super Bowl, the on-field Super Bowl hat. I took my school ID photo with the with the belt to ass. Now listen, I can't wear that at school, but we all know what happened.
We all already know.
Listen, Rich, take us home.
Well, we're drunk on broad. I'm Rich. That's Don, and that's Joe. As always, it's you stuck around, you fucked around, you found out. It's Dallas week, so the only fuck I'm really gonna give is fuck Dallas.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it, baby. On opening night, Dallas gets to get their asses taken to church by our Birds. It's all about the Birds, baby. Go Birds!
Go Birds! Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Let's
Dallas
go!
sucks. Go Birds!
Yeah!
Where's